It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. This week, Fox UP's Gabriella DeLuca joins us for the story of the Ishpeming Hematites. We get to spend some quality time with her and hear about that story from one reporter's point of view. And since it's our last show of the year, we might hear some important thoughts from our host, Doug Garrison. Hey, that's me. Stick around, the Doug Garrison Show starts now.
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound PFL. Roll tape on masters, channel to places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG, standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
Sorry. Hey, it's holiday week here at the Doug Garrison Show. Thanks for joining us on Charter Channel 12 and Fox UP. We're going to take it easy tonight. We're going to have some fun. We've got kind of a relaxing show, and we have a great guest, someone that you might already know. We're going to have some fun with her, and we're going to have maybe some fun music too. So stick around. The Doug Garrison Show is going to be right back.
Let's face it, UP roads call for four-wheel drive.
Riverside of Marquette has 19 different models of new all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles.
Over 125 on the ground right now.
Toyota RAV4 starting at $199 a month. Honda CR-V from $239 a month.
Nobody pays less for their cars and trucks at Riverside, which means you'll never have to drive for a better price.
Make some child's Christmas by dropping off your Toys for Tots donation right here at Riverside of Marquette.
I'm one.
She's not alone. I'm one too.
1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime.
For those of us with breast cancer, there is hope.
With early detection, 99% of women can be cured.
At Bell Hospital, your mammogram is reviewed while you're on site, and follow-up testing can be done the same day.
With the latest in breast cancer detection, Bell Hospital is the right choice for the mammogram that matters most.
Yours.
All right, thanks for joining us on this holiday week. We're going to have a good show tonight. It's all about just having fun. You know, this is one of my favorite times of year when we just relax, we overeat, we maybe indulge in too many beverages, we have a good time with friends and family. And I didn't want to work all that hard this week, so we're just going to have some fun with one of our good friends that we've met here. And unfortunately, I don't know where she is. She was here. I saw her here a minute ago. Wait, there's Gabriella. You didn't come to run camera. Come on over here. Come on over here.
Okay.
Come on over. This is Gabriella DeLuca.
Hi.
I didn't ask you to come to run camera. Is that what you thought?
Yes, I'm not normally on this side of the camera,
well,
so I just assumed I'd be back there.
Yeah, no, you're our guest today.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, happy holidays to you.
You too.
I wanted to have you on because we wanted to talk a little bit about the Ishpeming Hematite story, and you've kind of had a front row seat for that whole thing.
Yeah.
It started back with the Eric Dampierre story, I think was kind of the culmination, or the start of this rather, and that was back in 2010. Did that start? Or
well, 2010 is when I guess we say the whole Ishpeming story started.
Yeah.
Whenever they went to the state finals and they didn't win.
Yeah.
2011 they didn't make it back, but 2012 is when kind of everything picked up again. It's with with Eric Dampierre, he and his dad changed the Michigan High School Athletic Association's rules, and they made it back to the state championship, and they won. It truly is an amazing story, and I'm so glad I just got to literally see it firsthand.
You were right there reporting on it, and hopefully we get some insights from you today that we don't necessarily get in a minute and a half story that you're kind of limited to when you're doing stories on the news. Right. You mentioned the Eric Dampierre part. You kind of broke that story, I think, on television, and you've gotten to know them quite well. What do you take away from that, and you're making new friends there?
Well, I have to say, I don't know if I've ever met a family like the Dompierres. I mean, just to see Dean Dompierre really fight for his son was one of the most inspirational things I think I've ever seen. I mean, it just shows if you really want something, you can do it. And for Eric, too, I mean, to see him, you know, how happy he was when they won the state championship this year, and to think that he may have not been a part of that, and just to see how happy he was, I'm just, again, so thrilled I was able to be a part of it all.
Yeah.
So.
It was great the way the entire community got behind that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, the support they got for trying to get that rule changed, and then the support statewide that forced that change in that rule. Yeah. Then the voting that went on with the Sports Illustrated Award, how everybody got behind it. But I think we credit the media, and particularly some of the work you did for getting the media, for getting the public behind that. That what made that a success. I didn't know when this first came out, Eric was trying to get the rule changed so he could play basketball.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden he's on the football team too. I mean, what's next? Is this? I mean, this kid's a four-sport star. I didn't realize that, but it's great that he was able to experience all that. You also got to know Jeff Olson a little bit, and this story has so many layers, and they're not all good layers. The tragic story as far as he and his wife Sally losing their son Daniel, that's a part of this story that they've been pretty forthcoming with. They want people to know what they've gone through, and I think that's been something obviously that has made this story other than just a team winning a state championship. Right.
Like you said, I think that the whole Ishpeming story, it just has so many layers to it, and you know, like you mentioned, they're not all good layers. It's nice that the story or the year ended on a positive note, but you know, there are some tragic things that have happened, but again, I got to know Jeff a little bit on the trip to New York City when we all went, and he really is a great guy, and I just with talking to him, I mean, he wanted this win at the state championship, you know, more than anyone, and I think that the team really wanted it for him. So I just am so grateful I got to know all of them. Honestly, I really am. So.
You know, when you think about winning the championship, everybody kind of was playing for somebody else. But I hope these kids too realize that they won something for themselves too. I mean, they were all a part of it, and this is something that's going to be with them forever. You're never going to be able to take away that state championship. And, oh my gosh! And for it to end that way, that was great. I mean, the fact that you can get to the state finals is one thing. To win it is something entirely different from that, because it puts a real stamp on it. You mentioned the trip to New York City.
Yes.
A 22-hour bus ride with 20, 30 high school boys.
Yes.
You survived.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was pretty fun, you know. They watched a lot of movies. They weren't all my pick of movies. You know, there were a lot of like action type movies, but it was a fun time. I said, every guy on that team, I mean, they're all just the nicest kids. I mean, I kind of, you know, was nervous going in. I thought maybe I'd be like an outsider, but I mean, they all embraced me, and you know, I said I'm like friends on Facebook with all of them. You know, I mean, they're just a good group of kids.
Yeah.
So.
You know, we see things about kids doing bad things, and we hear bad things, but when you actually get to spend some time with some of these young people, especially from this area, you find out they're great kids.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
made friends for life on that trip, I'm sure.
Yes, I did.
You know, one of the things now that's come out of this is that you guys at Fox UP and TV6, you're doing a special show. It's going to air. It's called the Hematites: A Triumphant Journey of Champions. It's going to be a half-hour special.
Yes.
It's going to air 10:30 on New Year's Eve on Fox UP, and then New Year's Day 7:30 on TV6. We got a clip. Let's run a little bit of the footage, and this is some of the footage that people are going to see in this show. And here we go. A lot of this is just the football footage, and there's Coach Olson. You didn't get to go to this game, obviously.
No, I didn't. Mike Ludlam did, who he and I are doing the special together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but this is right from the game.
Right, and I watched the game, as I'm sure most of the people in the UP did. I love seeing UP teams in the finals, and that was just a great game. So exciting, so great to see them win. And now you mentioned you did this with Mike Ludlam.
Yeah.
What types of things can we expect to see in this show?
He's doing a lot of the sports side. He knows everything about everything.
Well, of course.
Sports, you know, but
slugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he is spending a lot of time on what happened in 2010, and then everything from injuries to who's playing what this year. So, and everything until the championship game. So he's doing the sports end of it, and I'm talking a lot about Eric Dompierre, and then just a couple things in the middle.
The trip to New York City.
Yeah, trip to New York City.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Well, we'll look for that. Again, it's 10:30 on Fox UP New Year's Eve. Right before the 11 o'clock New Year's Eve Live with Doug Garrison on Fox UP, and then 7:30 New Year's Day on TV6. We'll watch for that. Don't go away, Gabriella, or you. Stick around. We're going to have more Gabby when we come back, so stay right there.
We need to clear out our new 2012 vehicles.
It's Chrysler's Big Finish event with Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles at dealer invoice, and Jeep Liberty and Jeep Compass with an additional $300 Fox discount.
Take deep discounts on this 2012 Jeep Liberty Sport 4-wheel drive. Fox price $24,135.
A 2012 Ram Bighorn Quad Cab only $28,668.
Get the year's best deals at the Big Finish event at Fox Nagani. Marquette County's hometown dealer, only the best.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Reflections Hair Salon, featuring professional stylists, a family-friendly atmosphere, prices to suit your budget, and great holiday styles. For an appointment, call Reflections at 226-0175. All right. As I suggested, we're just having fun here tonight because it is the holidays, and we're drinking cappuccino, which we like, and it's nothing,
very good.
Nothing funny in there, but that's good stuff. Gabriella, as our only guest in this show, another reason you're here is because you were on with me on our New Year's Eve show last year from the Landmark.
Yeah.
That was fun. You were our ball drop reporter.
Yes.
So that was kind of cool.
It's my first time ever doing anything live, so I
was
was really nervous. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Good. I'm glad I was there for it.
Yeah.
But we have you on tonight because we have some bad news for the folks out there who have fallen in love with you.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Tell us what's happening.
I have accepted a reporting position in Norfolk, Virginia. I did not expect it so soon, but I'm really excited. I said it's bittersweet though to leave the UP. I have met so many wonderful people here over the past year, and I'm excited though. It's going to be pretty challenging, but I want this. So
well, congratulations, obviously, on that.
Thank you.
It's the 43rd biggest market, which is that's big time. Norfolk, Virginia, that's a big market. I'm sure they saw something they liked, and I'm sure you'll do well there.
Yeah.
We're going to miss you. We're getting kind of used to this in Marquette because whenever we get some good reporters here at TV6 or Fox UP, and they don't stay real long if they're real ambitious. If they want to move on. Sometimes we get good reporters and people who like to stay here and like this and have their families here, and that works too. But we lose many, and I think that's a credit to the people at TV6 that you work with. You're being trained well.
Oh, yeah.
You've worked with some good people out there.
Right, absolutely. Regina Robinson, my news director who hired me, she has been a big help. There really are endless people who have helped me. I feel like every person I've met at TV6 has played a role in how I've grown as a reporter. Steve Asplund, we always say TV6 would not be the same without Steve Asplund. He he does every job there. He's great. Brian Cabell, who was the former news director, and he kind of worked behind the scenes with the reporters a little bit for the first half of my year, and I am so lucky to have worked with him. You'd send him, or he'd look at your stories, and you'd get critiques back, and they weren't always exactly what you wanted to hear. But that's what made all of us really grow. I can't thank him enough. And I said, Greg Trick sits right behind me, and I turn around every day asking him, Greg, should I write this or this?
Good example.
Yeah,
good
exactly.
Example. We tend to think maybe that we're getting lost in the dust here in the small market, but I say it's a credit to the people who you've worked with, who we have here, that are training people to be ready for these types of jobs.
Right.
You could have gone backwards. You could have gone out to Glendive, Montana. That was the joke back when I was at TV6. Well, I'm going to a different market. Where are you going? Glendive, which was one of the few markets actually smaller than Marquette. And you mentioned all the training that you've had and the different stories that you've done. Other than the Ishpeming story, which I think is probably the flagship of your career there, any other stories or people that stand out?
One of my favorite stories that I've done at TV6 and Fox UP is, and I can't remember his name, but he was a bowler in Escanaba, and he was legally blind. He has macular degeneration, and he has bowled his whole life. Okay, and right now he's legally blind, and he bowls every Wednesday. And when I visited him, he bowled a perfect game. Yeah. And it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I mean, and he taught me how to bowl a little bit, and I mean, I got all but one pin down, so I was really excited about that. But just to meet him was great too. I met a lot of great people, but that one sticks out. So.
Well, you did probably meet a lot of people. You probably put a lot of miles on your vehicles there, because there's nothing's close here. Obviously, when you go out on a story and nothing's close. You're from Pittsburgh originally, and everything there, so you don't have to leave Pittsburgh for anything. But here you come up to Upper Michigan, you're going to hit the road some. Right. I think one thing too is that we joked about you being behind the camera here, but one of the things that you do at TV6 and Fox UP is you do everything. Right. You do learn just about every part. You learn to write, you learn to shoot, you learn to edit, you learn to report, and that prepares you for just about anything in this business. Yeah, I think I'm lucky. It was a lot of hard work. I mean, lugging a camera around and doing all of it yourself, but that's what I think will help me for years to come, because I know every part of it now, thanks to this job. So I mean, TV6 has greatly prepared any reporter, I think. So. And coincidentally, Eric Kane, one of the other reporters out there, is also going to Norfolk as well.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. He's one of my best friends at the station, and it was just kind of by chance. We said we didn't want to apply to the same station, but I'm really lucky that, one of my best friends is going to be there, so it's going to make the transition a little easier for me.
Obviously, you've been there.
Yes.
How's it look to you?
It's very nice. It's warm. I was there about 2 weeks ago, and it was 75 degrees. Yeah. So I was not expecting that. I got off the plane with a scarf, a winter jacket, and opened the door. And
most places are warmer than here,
Yeah, I have noticed that.
Yeah. So. Well, good. Well, we wish you a lot of luck there.
You.
I think you're going to do just fine. Do you know the difference now between northern Michigan and the UP? Did you learn that?
Yes. I mean, although, so you don't call the UP northern Michigan?
No, that's
the UP.
That's the lower peninsula, the top part is north. Yeah, it gets kind of confusing.
Well, I have to say, when I first found out I had the job, I literally was on the couch with my parents and Googled, what is the Upper Peninsula?
That's Canada.
Yeah, I know. But it was a very pleasant surprise. I loved it up here. So.
Okay, well, good. Well, we wish you the best of luck. I'm sure you'll do fine. Stick around. We're going to come back, and we're going to have a little more Gabby for you, so don't go away. All right.
City Insurance has you covered. Located on Washington Street, Marquette.
A typical week of training for me is about 120 miles a week. In 2010, I had a meniscus tear after the Twin Cities Marathon. And so when I had my injury, I didn't have a second thought of where to go. I knew Advanced Center for Orthopedics, the doctors there, a lot of them are affiliated with sports. I knew that I was in the right hands. Advanced Center for Orthopedics got me back to my passion, and I recommend them highly.
Still enjoying our cappuccino on this Thursday between the holidays. A great week for everyone here. Talking to Gabriella DeLuca before she leaves for Norfolk, Virginia. And I always like to ask people this who are on their way out. We who are here, or people who are coming or visit we're pretty glowing in our comments. We love the place. That's why we're here. But honestly, though, you're on your way out the door now. Really, what do you think of this place? Huh?
I honestly mean it. I love the UP, especially in the summer. I am not much of a winter sports kind of girl, but this summer I really fell in love with it. One of my favorite places is Munising. My parents came here for the weekend and over a Labor Day weekend, and we went there and just kind of spent the day, did Pictured Rocks tour, look at all the waterfalls, and I really love that. And one of my favorite places to eat in Marquette, and all of the TV6 reporters go there, is the Rice Paddy. That is the one place I will miss the most, I think, whenever I go. I don't know if I'll get always good food again, so hopefully I'll be back and I'll get some. So.
Well, that's not necessarily one of our geographical points of interest, but I understand that we all have our favorite places where we dine. You must have found some places around Marquette that you like too. You reported from all kinds of different places. Obviously, there's Presque Isle, our beaches, and we had a nice summer, so you got a chance to enjoy a lot of that.
Yes, even if it was just sitting on the beach, I loved it. I mean, Presque Isle, my friends and I went there all the time. A couple times I went to Grand Marais, and I loved Grand Marais. It was such a cute town, and it was a day when the waves were really big. I mean, there's not like a place where you can go in the UP where it's not pretty. I mean, it's anywhere you go, even on a cloudy, rainy day, it's pretty. So I'm really going to miss it. I really am.
Well, we're glad you liked it.
Yeah.
On your way out, anybody you'd like to thank or recognize? I know you made a lot of friends and had a lot of mentors.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to everyone I met at TV6. I mean, like I said before, I tried to take a piece of everyone I met there, and to try to make me better. Truly everyone, and everyone I met on my stories too. I mean, I still see people that I did a story with my first month here, and they'll still stop to talk. And that's the one big thing I noticed about the UP is it's just there's a different kind of people up here. I don't want to say nicer than other people, but they really are. So just thank you to everyone I've met here. I mean, everyone here has impacted me in some way.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the reporters that we watch on a regular basis, whether it's on your station or the other local stations, we get to know them, and we see them in the stores, we see them on the streets. We're not such big celebrities here that we don't talk to people and we go get picked up in cars and things. We're normal folks, right? Yeah. And we get to know them, and we kind of think of them as our own. Right. So again, that's why we're so proud of someone like you who added to this place, because this is a beautiful place, but really the people who are here really make it special too. No, I'm sure you made a lot of friends, and you're dragging Eric Kane off to Norfolk.
Yes, I'm taking them with me.
I don't know if I won't ask you about any boyfriends you might be leaving behind, but that's okay. We'll keep that for another time. Okay. And you did get a chance to get exposed to all the UP culture and all. And it is a little bit of a different place. Everyone tends to think they live in a unique area, but this is different, both geographically and socially. Yeah. We had an example, as I mentioned earlier. You were on our live broadcast last year on New Year's Eve. You hadn't been here that long. I think you came in November.
November, yeah.
And then we had you for your first live appearance on New Year's night. Right. So we kind of put you on the spot there, but you performed quite well out there on the street with the ball drop.
Oh gosh.
So we're going to have another reporter this year, but we want to run a clip from that show and show you just a little bit about some of the pitfalls that you run into when trying to learn this new culture. Here it is from last year's New Year's Eve show.
I've met someone in the elevator today, and they said they have a pasty drop. So they actually have a pasty, and they have that drop instead of a ball.
Okay, well, I'm going to help you out here. It's called a pasty.
A pasty, you're right.
No, you're new to the area. And the pasty is one of our traditional foods. That's okay. Everybody makes that mistake. Okay. All right. Just to make sure you know, here's a pasty. All right. And here is a pasty. Okay. All right. You don't want to make that mistake again. That's okay, though. That was all right.
I will never make that mistake again. That is for sure.
I'm sure I had some of those same things when I first came here, but it was so long ago I don't remember it. All right. Well, Gabriella, it's been fun just chatting with you. Once again, good luck. We wish you all the best.
Thank you, Doug.
Sure
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Gabriella DeLuca, good luck on her way to Norfolk, Virginia. All right. Stick around. When we come back, I'll have some final thoughts.
Guess what? You can get any new or used car financed in the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union for 3.9% APR. New or used. Got your eye on this new Escalade? 3.9%. How about this 75 Gremlin? 3.9%. Looking at this stylish Dodge Dart? 3.9%. How about a new Chevy Cruze? 3.9%. RV, boat, tractor? 3.9%. What about this DeLorean time machine? 3.9%. 3.9% auto loans, new and used at the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union. Stop in and apply today.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. And by Swick Home Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, home generators, water treatment, sewer and drain cleaning. Those Swick guys do everything. Well, Gabriella was a lot of fun. Good girl. She's going to have a great future. Listen, I want to remind you, we're New Year's Eve live from the Ordock Brewing Company. That's on Fox UP at 11 p.m. New Year's Eve, make sure you join us. That's going to be a good time. And I was going to finish with some final thoughts here because it is our last show of the year. But you know what? That doesn't sound like much fun. What does sound like fun is chasing steel with drink and dinner. So enjoy. Have a good year.
1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe one day I'll cry over me, and then you'll know it was meant to be. I hope someday that I'll be a winner, but till that day I'll drink my dinner. I really should eat some solid food. A T-bone steak sure would be good. This liquid diet really makes you thinner. Like Pavlov's dog, I'll drink my dinner. All right, fellas, here we go. Budweiser, Miller Lite, old Milwaukee tastes just right. My nutrition has arrived, slugging down Colt 45, Holsten Golden Cruiser hams, they pork chop in every can. A broken heart is a sorry sight, but your goodbye killed my appetite. I used to love eating them Oscar Mayer winners. Now it's beer, hold the bun, I'll drink my dinner. Here we go again now. Michelob, Milwaukee's best, put your brain cells to the test. Price blue ribbons, slits and strolls, dip your can and drown your woes. Silver bullets, tried and true, don't forget red, white, and blue. Premium beers, here we go. Founders, Moose, Achilles, Amstel Light, and Heineken. Bell's Hot, St. Polly's Girl, Guinness gives your hair a curl. Sam Adams, Beck's or Bath, KBC will kick your woo.